So ICE deportation operations have officially begun with a focus on immediate threats to public safety. It comes as border state Arizona introduced their ICE Act, would officially require the state to comply with ICE detainers, but the state's AG speaking out against the president's plan.
I also will not have any part of and will fight the attempt to set up what I believe are essentially concentration camps and family separation camps in the state of Arizona.
Here to explain it all, borders are Tom Homan. All right, Tom, listen, before I get to these Democratic AGs, can you give me the latest numbers on the border?
Absolutely. Look, the greatest president in my lifetime, he's back. Because in 2 days, the last 24 hours, total apprehensions on the southwest border, 766. Compare that to the 10 to 12,000 Biden had at one time. CBP1 releases, 0. CHNV, Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela releases, 0. Total of 766 across the entire southwest border. That is a game changer.
And that is just some of the plans that have been implemented so far. Now let's talk about the 22 governors, Democratic governors that plan on resisting, the attorney generals that are doing this. Tell me the legal authority that they have and the legal authority you guys have if they plan on resisting federal law.
Look, I find it strange that the attorney general from Arizona makes such statements because there was a lawsuit in Arizona a few years ago, the Show Me Your Papers lawsuit in highest courts in the land that said immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. Federal responsibility. She has no say in the matter. And look, I've said many times, we said right out of the gate, Lawrence, right out of the gate, we're going to concentrate on public safety threats. So she's saying that she doesn't want public safety threats out of her community. I also am insulted by the term concentration camps. Are you serious? You're comparing ICE agents. We just lost a Border Patrol agent to a shooting up in Vermont yesterday, and they're the Gestapo. Are you serious? Concentration camps? ICE has detention centers. They have the best standards in the entire industry. I'll compare ICE detention standards to any state or federal facility or any county facility in the entire world. We have the highest detention standards, so that's an insult and it's a lie.
Yeah, it's just insulting to the agents, the men and women that do the job. Let's talk about ICE visiting folks, because when I look at it, I look at the law, people that have final deportation orders, people that are criminal aliens. What would a person have to do to get a visit from ICE?
For it to be in the country illegally, first of all, I mean, there's nothing in the immigration law that says you got to be convicted of a serious crime to be removed under the INA. So if you're in the country illegally, ICE can visit you. But right now, as we said repeatedly, and the President Trump's been clear, we're concentrating on the worst first, the public safety threats, the national security threats. And just yesterday, in the last 24 hours, ICE arrested over 308 serious criminals. Some of them were murderers, some of them were rapists, some of them raped a child, some were sexual assault of a child. So ICE is doing their job, and they're prioritizing just as the president said they would. So the ICE is performing excellent right now out in the field, and they're going to continue every day.
You know, Democrats loved you at one point. Now they don't like you so much, Tom. But back in the day, you served in the Obama administration as well. We had Jay Johnson on last week to talk about the border. This is what he said about you. Let's watch it.
When I was in office as Secretary of DHS, I made no significant decision on enforcement policy without having in the room Tom Homan, who worked for me, Kevin McAleenan, who went on to be acting secretary under Donald Trump, 2 pro-enforcement guys, and then 2 people on the other side of the spectrum.
So, Tom, you've been doing this for a long time amongst both administrations. You just want the border secure.
I want to save lives. Secure border saves lives. And when President Trump locks this border down, less women and children will be sex trafficked in this country. Less aliens will die making that journey. Under President Biden, we've had a record number of people die crossing that border. 600% increase in sex trafficking. And look at the 250,000 young Americans dead from fentanyl. When we secured the border, the fentanyl deaths has decreased. Sex trafficking has decreased. Deaths on the border decrease. So it's just about saving lives. Secure borders save lives. And plus, Look, you can't have strong national security if you don't have border security.
That's right.
We need to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where's coming in, why it's coming in. So, again, President Trump, game changer, already made a significant difference on that border. This country is already safer
Tom,
because of President Trump.
I don't want to give the criminals any type of leeway here so they can react toward this interview, but what's the next move? What's the next option on the table to get more safety in this country?
Well, DOD they're going to assist us on the border. They already started on that plan, so we're going to have some military on the border. We're going to continue building infrastructure. We're going to continue building the wall. As far as the interior enforcement, we're going to keep looking for the worst first. And look, in sanctuary cities, I've said this many times, let us into the jail where it's safer for an agent to arrest a bad guy. It's safer for the bad guy to be arrested in jail. And it's safer for the community. When you release a public safety threat back in the community, that puts the community at great risk of crime, and it puts our officers at great risk, because now they got to arrest the bad guy in his truck if he has access to who knows what weapons, and it puts the public at risk. For God's sakes, these sanctuary cities, let us into your jail. We're just trying to help public safety in your community. Help work with us, because you force us in the community. Here's what's going to happen. We'll find the bad guy, but when we find him, he's going to be with others that may not be a criminal priority. But guess what? If they're in the United States illegally, they're going to be arrested too. So sanctuary cities are going to get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the communities, more people arrested, more collaterals arrested. So that's a game they want to play. Game on.
You're echoing what Senator Thune said to the Democrats. Either you guys can do this the easy way or you can do it the hard way, but we're going to get the job done. Tom Homan, I can't wait to be out there in the field with you. Appreciate it, brother.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.